Right around the 4th of July is when a lot of people decide to take some time off from work and relax, but plenty of people are still working, including our next guest. Mayor Bobby Herndon made the trip across the river to be with us today to tell us about what's going on over in Northport. Mayor, thank you very much for being with us today.
My pleasure, Dan. Always.
Well, thank you, sir. And let's start off a little bit. You guys were busy last week refinancing some bonds over there. What's going on with that?
It's been a couple of weeks ago. You know, last year, or maybe the latter part of '09, Northport, with its administration, got its first ever bond rating, which was an A+. And it's never been tried by Northport before. And in doing so, we were able to, a couple of weeks ago, refinance some existing bonds to lower interest rates and save the taxpayers of Northport right at $1 million, and which is awesome.
That's a nice little savings there for the taxpayers.
So I'm going to give my councilman a pat on the back, and job well done on that.
All righty, but it hadn't all been roses. You guys are having, I guess you could call it contentious, a land developer, one that you guys have now, I hate to say had issues with in the past because I don't believe he's done anything wrong, but he's trying to develop a property that it seems like nobody wants to live next to. Elaborate on that for us.
Well, here last year we had up on Highway 43 in the Tom Montgomery Road, this developer was wanting to put in a government subsidized housing complex, some apartments. And there was a big uproar in the community up there. But as it turned out, the State Highway Department is in the process, or maybe have already purchased that piece of property now for the proposed eastern bypass. So that project fell through. So its second location was pretty much up behind Northport City Hall. It's in the county. So in the county, he could go in and build whatever he wants to, because if it's not in the city limits, it's not zoned, so he could put anything there that he wanted to. And we were pretty much told by the federal government that we had to provide water to the project. So the city council annexed that piece of property into the city to make sure that we could sort of monitor, guide the building of the apartments, make it fit into our code, make it look like we would have it look. But a lot of folks, I think, were upset at myself and the council for annexing it, but the apartments were going to get built either way, whether we annex it and have some control over it, or whether we don't annex it and don't have any control over it. So it was pretty much a done deal. So
as of now, those apartments are going up, and what's everybody's issue with them? Is it Section 8 housing? Or?
No, it's not Section 8 housing. In fact, the apartments, it'd be a gated community. They look very nice, but there's the stigma of government subsidized housing, which actually this place is very nice, but bringing people's property values down. If you've got what we call R1 neighborhoods, single family residences, nice homes, people say, well, if I have any kind of apartment next door to me, it's going to lower my property values. And so that was a big concern. Also, traffic concerns, the condition of the roads, you know, there were all kinds of concerns that were thrown out there. But, you know, it's something that the city council really had no option but to annex it, so we could have some kind of control over it.
All righty. Well, Mayor, we're out of time, but thank you very much for being with us today and setting the record straight on that.
All right.
You can find out more about what's going on with the Northport City Council, the mayor, and a whole lot of other information online at cityofnorthport.org.